Hello, welcome to UKGN Network. Welcome to another Tuesday live stream, playing a game suggested to me by the community. When I produced my top 100 list last month, there were many games mentioned in the comments by people saying that I should have included this, should have included that. So what I decided to do was stick them all into a random wheel and then add them to my live streaming list, and that's what happened here. Over the last 2 weeks, I've played Populous and Powermonger, and then today I'm going to be playing Odyssey, which was from published by Audiogenic in 1995, towards the end of the Amiga's lifetime. This may well be a game that many of you watching this have not heard of. Welcome Geezer into the chat. Welcome Carl. Hope you're having a great day. So this is a platform action adventure game. I believe there's a little bit more to it than that. It's not a game that I admittedly have much in the way of experience of playing. Let me see if I can find something here. Welcome, Wayne. You say never heard of this one, but you had moved on from the Amiga by then. Well, yeah, I think many of us had. I think 1995 is when I bought myself my first PlayStation. So what I have here is I do have a copy of the manual that I have downloaded. There isn't a huge amount to it. There's not a lot in the way of controls. There's just a few little hints and tips and lore, but we'll see if that actually does anything. We'll see if that does actually make things easier for me. GSC Davy Boy, welcome into the chat. You played this way back when. It's the one with morphing into different animals. I do believe that is the case. Yes, I do believe you do morph into lots of different animals. Let's get back to get back to a point where you can actually see me and the game. Boring Dad Gaming, welcome into the chat, saying sorry you missed the Powermonger stream. You remember your younger self being enjoying it and being baffled by the complexity. Well, that's my Amiga experience all over. And Terra Ken, welcome into the chat. Hello. Shall we try and make a start? Okay. So you can move the finger pointing around the map to choose. You can basically go to any island that you want at any point. So seeing as the finger was pointed at Leo, shall we head to that island first? Neil Jack saying you've never played this game before. It is a little bit like Manimal with Simon McCorkindale, although hopefully not as crap. I do believe this was an A1200 only game. Okay, can't really go anywhere here, can I? Right, okay. Can I actually not go anywhere? So I can't actually get past that, so I'm assuming going back to the boat lets you go back to the map. Yes, it does. Okay. So let's go to Ecus instead. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well done. So these little orbs here are your restart points. There is no game sound. Right, okay, let me see that. Hopefully there is now. Do you mind? they seem a little bit trigger happy with those bows. Right, these doors I need to find keys for. But the people that made this for Audiogenic were the same people that made Exile. And so I believe there's a lot of similarities in the way that the game is structured. Because Exile was very freeform in what you could do and when. And I believe that is also the case with this game as well. And there's a key. Okay. Right, so where was that door? Oh dear. Use the red key. You have a query about the latest video, if I don't mind. Well, I am open to all questions. I'm assuming you mean the
Ooga.
I'm assuming that you mean the shareware video that came out yesterday.
Ooga.
So I can't get through that door, but I can push a rock. They're a bit accurate and fast with those arrows. Yes, they were. I do believe some of these enemies do actually look like rocks.
Ooga. Ooga.
What I did do before I loaded this game is I did actually select for infinite lives to be on, because I know that there are restart points and checkpoints. So rather than have to keep saving my game and coming back. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Jump over it. Oh! Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and the restart point is back outside the cave. Brilliant. See, good job I put infinite lives on. Right, I said that there was an AGA version of Morton Strikes Back with more colours, parallel scrolling, and a second button for jump option. But I preferred the ECS version. You want me to elaborate a little bit more on why? Oh, for God's sake. Well, first and foremost, it's not an option for a second button for jump. It's an option to use the fire button to jump rather than push up, because the game doesn't have any more controls on it than that. It's in many ways the same way that I feel about the CD32 version of Fire and Ice over the original A500 version. If you look at the two versions of that, even though the CD32 version has more colours, the original A500 version just looks nicer and cleaner, and that's the same with Morton Strikes Back. Alright, so I'm guessing these switches are going to fire traps at me. Yes. That's a restart point. Let go and activate that. Chris Redfield would have just punched that large boulder out of the way. Yes, he would have done. The only real improvement on the A1200 version of Morton is the fact that you can jump with the fire button rather than push up. Because the game itself does actually seem to run slightly slower as well. So that's why in the video I actually only show the A500 version. Yeah, Chaos Engine and Speedball 2 AGA versions are look worse to the original as well. Yeah, you're quite right. Oh, it's a spider there. What's that? What is that I've just picked up? You can press the help button to bring up information. Is the spider triggering? Is that spider triggering a trap? Or are they just random? Okay, no, yeah, that's the key for that door that I picked up, right? Okay. I've looked up what the reviews for this game were like at the time of release, and they were all between 80 and 90. There was nothing over 90%. The lowest score was like 78 from Amiga Power. Okay. Right, so that's opened that trapdoor. Good job you don't hurt yourself by falling too far. The rock monster. Activation key F2. Okay. Okay. Okay, is this game not working properly? Because now I now can't see myself. Invisible rock monster, yeah. This is not working properly, is it? Right. This is going to require a quick change. Quick change from myself here. Right, okay. This is what I get for not playing the game beforehand. I'm trying to play it on Amiga Game Selector on WinUAE, but what I will do instead is I will load an A1200 set up on WinUAE and just load the game from floppy disk. If there is a floppy disk version, is there not one? Odyssey, there we go. Yeah, it's a cracked version, obviously. There we go. Hopefully this will work slightly better. At least I'll know some of the traps going into this. And obviously loading pauses, because I'm playing from floppy, are going to be slightly longer. When I say slightly longer, I obviously mean much longer. Hey, there we go. Right. So Ekus was the island that I went to, wasn't it? Lots of apples on the ground there. Don't you dare. So I need to try and climb high up and get that key first, don't I? It's up here. There we go. Brilliant. Oh no, yes, I'm probably not going to have infinite lives on this playthrough now either, am I? That's annoying. All right, stop. Stop it! My God. And that's game over, isn't it? Because I don't... Okay. This is going to be an eventful live stream, isn't it? Welcome Azalea into the chat. Those archers can get in the bin. I would agree wholeheartedly. Stop it. Let me avoid you, please. I do believe if you stand still, then your energy does go back up a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Ooga.
Really? Difficulty level through the roof. Well, yeah, considering this is the first island that I've gone to. There was a demo of this game available that came from Amiga Format magazine, I believe. And that demo gives you a tutorial level, which doesn't seem to be in the full game, which is very bizarre. I have actually started work on the commenters edition of my cover disc videos. I think I've got enough suggestions from other people of games and demos that I should have talked about to make that video, so hopefully I'll have that one up by next Monday. Stop it. Stop it. Did they look at Superstar Wars and think yes, but harder? See, I never really considered Superstar Wars to be that hard. Maybe I'm just weird. Because Superstar Wars, I think I completed in a day when I got it on the SNES. Admittedly, I did play it a lot that day, but I didn't turn it off and played it for about 8 or 9 hours and completed it. The Merv the Merciless edition. You're obsessed with Merv the Merciless, aren't you? And if that is the case, and if that is the case that you are obsessed with Merv the Merciless, you're going to be very happy with the Commenters Edition video that I release next week. Although quite how I'm going to manage to last 2 minutes on Merv the Merciless without dying to be able to record it, I don't know. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Now, yes, I finished that game as well, properly as well. Where you have to play through the entire game twice to get the good ending. Admittedly, I did do that on the Virtual Console with save states, but that is one of my favourite games of all time. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, definitely in my top 10. Why is there no way to avoid these arrows? It's just so annoying. You could only get to the Death Star rescue. And on Empire Strikes Back, you never made it off Dagobah. I mean, they are homing arrows, yes. '90s platform games, why did they leave me? Yes, quite right. And welcome into the chat, by the way. All right, go away. Stop it, Jesus. I'm gonna have to stand still for a bit and let my energy recuperate.
Ooga.
I do believe I did a live stream of Super Ghouls and Ghosts a few years back now. Don't think I finished it on that live stream, obviously. But I do remember getting quite far. The best Boromir death simulator ever. Did I get Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection? I absolutely did, yes. Very good game. Not quite as good as the originals, but very few games are.
How did you hear that?
I wonder. That's a very bad pun. This is the longest running episode of The Archers. Stop it. Oh. At least I still have the key. Hooray! The character does really need a block maneuver. I wholeheartedly agree.
Ooga. 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 Ooga.
I think that I get the point. The puns are really coming out now, aren't they? Disney needs to hire these archers as stormtroopers. Damn you. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. I am going to try a different island. I'm guessing that's the one in the center is always going to be the final level, isn't it? So let's try this one. Does this game use arrow keys? It can do if I decide to use the keyboard instead of a joystick.
Ooga. Ooga.
The WHD load version does have infinite lives and health. It does, yes. But that version is the version that the rock creature became invisible on when I tried playing that minute ago.
Ooga. Ooga.
On. Thank you. It's always the combat on this that I never really found that appealing every time I've tried playing it in the past. I suppose what this game does have in common with Exile is the fact that the game intrigues me more than I like it. Just like that, just like Exile does. Is there a crouch or jump attack? There doesn't seem to be, no. It's like, because if I crouch and press fire, he stands up to do the sword, but you can swipe while jumping. Just let my health go back up a little bit.
Ooga. Ooga.
That's always how you felt about Lionheart. It's gorgeous and a technical marvel, but we found the movement and the range of the attacks to be awful.
Ooga.
I understand. I can understand that. I mean, personally, I really like Lionheart. I did place it quite highly in my top 100, if I remember rightly.
Ooga. Ooga.
But that's the great things about opinions, though, isn't it? We all have different ones.
Ooga.
The only problem that you have with Lionheart is that his sword looks tiny when he's swinging. Oh, yes, exactly. Considering, compared to the one that he's carrying while running, yes. Shut up, cat.
Ooga.
Is that a better sword that I've just picked up?
Ooga. Ooga.
But I do like the fact that this game gives you the option to go ahead and do things in any order and just explore it at your leisure. But I do wish the game gave you a little bit more guidance. Like, it doesn't actually tell you when you're doing anything correctly. There's a restart point. I'm going to go and activate that for definite. God damn it. They're Cloud cosplayers. Come on, let the health build back up again. See, that one obviously fires directly behind you when you stand on it. This one fires directly above, so I'm going to try and jump over that one. And that one. There we go. Oh dear. That one's just going to keep going because there's an arrow in it, isn't it? Okay. I have a feeling that this is because there's that narrow gap that I couldn't get down. I have a feeling that this is an area of the game that I should have come to later, when I've actually unlocked the morph ability to get turned into the rock monster. Is guy gonna get off and... There we go. One of those guys has to load that every morning. Yes. Yeah, sometimes bad people in games just have no thoughts towards their henchmen, do they? Will you stop standing on that button? I've got no idea whether I need to stand on it now.
Ooga. Ooga. Ooga.
There is a key there. And obviously it fired an arrow at me. Well, of course. Henchmen don't have a very good union. No, they're clearly not.
Ooga. 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 Ooga.
I've got two different types of key. And that's going to take me back out.
Ooga. Ooga.
Oh, and there's another cave I can go in. Let's activate that restart point there first.
Ooga. Ooga.
Running past the rock monsters is definitely an option.
Ooga.
Okay, so there's nowhere else I can go in that cave.
Ooga.
Because I can't jump high enough to get over that.
Ooga. Ooga.
Sparkling water in the forest look nice. Well, I think there's a lot of little nice graphical touches all over this game.
Ooga. Ooga.
Obviously improved by the fact that it is A1200 only. Go on, die. Gotcha. Spiders do seem to take a long time, yeah. Yes, yeah, nice that they can block attacks, but I can't. Well said. I think I need to go back to that first island that I went to. Oh, no, I don't. I wonder if this... I wonder if this game has maps on the... when you go to Hall of Light. Yes, I don't have a key for that there anymore, do I? It does flash to tell you which key you need when you're holding the direction towards the door. One of the few instances where it seems that this game does actually give you a bit of a hand. That's a big rock monster. I'm not going down there.
Ooga. Ooga.
No, you bloody sod.
Ooga.
Alright, let's hang around. A red key for a red door, definitely required knowledge, absolutely. Good thing is there are two different kinds of red key.
Ooga. Ooga.
Is it like in GoldenEye where the guards can roll, but Bond can't dirty his tux? More than likely. No, stop. Stop it. Jesus. Right, I'm going to wait there and recuperate some energy again. They made the hero quiver. You're full of them today, aren't you? Do we need to book you a list of gigs, a comedy club? Damn you! I was trying to outfox them. Well, the archers don't have set patterns. They fire directly at where you are when they fire. You just try the WHD load version and can't even pick up the key.
Ooga.
As I say, it is the WHD load version that's built into Amiga Game Selector, which is what I was playing at the start of the stream. But the moment I picked up the ability to transform into the rock monster, you couldn't see my character anymore, which is why I've had to load it on WinUAE normally instead. Come on, recharge.
Ooga.
Come on, can't get past that.
Ooga. Ooga.
There we go. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Right, well, there's the restart point. I need to go down there and get that key, though, don't I? For that door. Yeah, why can't all the enemies be as easy to kill as that guy? You will say that regenerating health is a nice touch. Absolutely. They'd either need to make sure that your health regenerated for you, or provide you with plenty of health pickups. Oh. Unlock that way, and there we go. Hooray! Right, if I press F2, can you actually see me now? No. Okay. So it's an emulator. It's an emulated version of the game issue. That's fun. No, come on. Hooray! There we go. Okay, well, let me go down there and get that key. How do I get... Okay. There's actually going to be a rock that I can push around here somewhere, isn't there? Yes, there is. It's the rock right at the start.
Ooga.
Brilliant. I've not got the right key for that door. That's upsetting. Yes, I did waste infinite lives for nothing. At least I can now go back to that original island, the first one that I played. No, don't stop it. No. Good. I can go back to the first island, which wasn't that one, was it? It was that one, wasn't it? Island of the Crawl Crystal. Just read a comment from one of the developers saying, has anybody got it to fully work under WinUAE? The player sprites keep corrupting them and you transform into the rock monster. Well, at least it's a known issue then. Oh, no way. Oh. That sent me back to the previous island, or is that... Oh, no, fine.
Ooga.
At least all the creatures stayed dead from my previous visit. What the hell? There's a fixed SPS version.
Ooga. Ooga.
It does seem to me like the 78 to 85% score range is probably about right, because it's definitely not a 9 out of 10 for me. Curious as to how it will work on the A1200. Well, we will soon find out. Well, I say soon. Obviously, it's still a few months away. Well, let me turn into the rock monster. That's upsetting. I thought that was how this game worked, and that it's got an element of Metroidvanias to it, of having to return to areas when you had the abilities. Clearly, I was wrong.
Ooga. Ooga.
Okay. Let's try one of the other islands then. Island of the Flight Crystal. Well, I pre-ordered my 800 from Retro Games themselves when as soon as the pre-orders went live. Although since then we have actually started to get to know the guys from Retro Games, so you never know. Maybe I'll get a review unit before the thing is actually out. I do like the map screen and the little hand pointer on it.
Ooga. You kind of get the impression that maybe
actually stopping and fighting the enemies is probably not the way to actually go about playing this.
Ooga.
Okay. Ah. Okay, how do I get through that? Yes, I will be doing a full Retro Game Super League video ranking all of the games that are pre-installed on the Near 400 when it does actually come out. Ah, typical. Well, that was close, wasn't it? I know when you try running a lot of Cinemaware games on an 800 setup, they don't run properly. But specifically, Rocket Ranger and Wings are the two that I know don't work properly the most.
Ooga.
So it will be interesting to see if they've done anything to fix them.
Ooga. 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 Ooga.
They are doing a very good job of hiding these switches, aren't they? Well, Rocket Ranger's going to have to come with some kind of. They're either going to have to remove that that part of the game, or they're going to have to provide you with all the lists. In some ways, this game has shades of Rick Dangerous. I say absolutely with all the hidden traps, yes. Oh dear. And it's kind of weird that you should say that, because when you look at the reviews on the Lemon Amiga website, I think the first review on there does say something about how it's got a lot in common with Rick Dangerous.
Ooga. Ooga, ooga. Ooga.
Somebody should mod the game so that when you die, he goes. Wah! Well, yes, absolutely.
Ooga.
Is it me or does the little guy that you splat look like Morph? I had thought the exact same thing when I killed the first one earlier in the stream. Didn't say anything, but because I had literally just been talking about all the morphing abilities in the game. So. Oh no way! There's little errors with the collision detection for definite. See, there's an idea for a best 10, the 10 most iconic Amiga game sounds. Obviously, ergonomically terrific would have to be fairly high on that one. Can't go anywhere on that one either. Okay. Have a look at the one in the middle. Bloody hell. Okay. That's just ridiculous. The sounds of critically injured people on cannon fodder, yes, definitely. The ice cream salesman in Speedball. I'm not even sure what all the transformations are. I was saying, I know there's the rock creature, and I'm guessing that the rock creature is going to be able to smash. There's certain blocks that I've seen around the levels. Oh, it's making me have to go round again, isn't it? Oh, yeah, my game over was a full game over. But I do get the impression that if they made this game today, they would offer a little bit more guidance to the player. Let's have a look at the hints and tips section of the manual. To open some doors, you will need to find a key of the same colour. No shit. Levers that you found on walls can be triggered only by the hero with his sword. Many of the warriors and strange creatures you meet will try to harm you. Others may help you, albeit unintentionally. Only certain creatures can see in the dark. If you become stuck in a wall, try changing into another creature. If you reach a situation from which you cannot possibly recover, press escape. Now, see, that sounds like bad game design, and the fact that they've incorporated the fact that you press escape to go back to the previous checkpoint. Lifeform crystals have a limited range, but this is extended when you find the sphere of influence for that creature type. And then the influence extends from the island in the Outer Kingdom on which it was found to the 2 adjacent islands on the Inner Kingdom. Okay. So basically, to morph into or change into another creature, you must first find the life force crystal for that type of creature, then the crystal bearing the emblem of the creature. At this point, the page from the spellbook will be displayed, which displays the attributes of the creature, its strengths and weaknesses. It also reveals which key to press to turn into that creature. Yeah, well, yeah, we know that. Yeah, at first you will only be able to call upon these magic powers on the islands where you found the crystals. Well, yeah, also getting stuck in a wall is clearly the developers owning up to the fact that they didn't bug test the game. I do feel like this is a game with a lot of potential that it doesn't quite achieve. There's a lot of really nice ideas in it. If there was a modern game, then they'd probably have a shield on one of the islands and then a block option. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. It doesn't support a second button, this one. It's a single 5-button joystick only on this game. I don't feel like I'm going to get much further on this one currently in this current state, though, am I? Because it's like you've got those blocks there that I can't pass through.
Ooga.
But if you look on it, there's a door at the end which I need a key for. So can I smash through those as the rock creature? Once I've got the ability to be the rock creature. Seeing as this is the island that I get the power on. Gods. Oh God, no. No! Don't you dare. I have been able to land on one of the archers from above and start attacking them, but I don't seem to be able to get very far with the actually attacking them. As you can see there. Stop it. If this game was summarized by an image, it would be the meme of Krennic saying, "You were on the verge of greatness. You were this close." Damn you. I honestly think that the way I personally am going to get the most enjoyment out of this game is going to be loading up the Win UAE, the WHD load version of it, and selecting infinite lives and infinite health. Like for me personally, that I think that would be the only way that I would get to enjoy this. This could have been one of the final Amiga classics. Absolutely, it could have been. I mean, there's a lot of people who consider Exile a classic game on the Amiga, but I never really got into that one either for similar reasons. I don't think I'm going to get much further in this game, am I? So I might as well end today's stream here. But before we're going to do that, I need to spin the wheel to find out what I'm going to play next week. So there we have the wheel. So let's find out what game I'm going to play next Tuesday. So let's give it a spin. Dungeon Master. So a game that I have played more in recent years than I did when it first came out, but a game that I've always thought is a little bit too linear. But I'm going to save all of my thoughts for next week. I do prefer playing Black Crypt, but I need to remove Dungeon Master from that wheel. So that's it. So thank you very much for watching. I think overall Odyssey is a game that is frustrating, with lots of really nice ideas, but also lots of really badly implemented ones as well. So I think it's if you haven't played it before, then I would suggest you find the demo, which I think was from Amiga format mid 95, about August 1995. There was a playable demo on Amiga format. If you can download that particular disc and play that, then maybe you'll enjoy it. So thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. Hope you all have a great day. Saying you love Dungeon Master, your dad's favourite game aside from Formula 1 Grand Prix. So yeah, so make sure you come back next Tuesday at midday to see me play some Dungeon Master. So hopefully I'll see you all then. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.